Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hardly Heroes. How is everyone doing today?
Exceptionally good.
Why? What's so exceptional?
I'm going on a small little trip to New York to see my best friend from like high school and college. He's having like a housewarming party. He was at the wedding. I don't know if you guys met him, Jacob, but gonna go see him for I think 4 or 5 days next week.
Nice.
I got my permanent resident card, so I can fucking travel around now. That's the other big news.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Whereabouts in New York does he live?
Like New York City proper.
Like Manhattan?
Like
or?
not Manhattan, but like near Queens, I think. Brooklyn. Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
Sounds like good fun. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Well, actually, no. Hang on. I can complain. It's meant to be fucking summer. And it's literally just been raining the whole time. It's so shit. It's awful.
Bummer.
If I go to the UK, I'll know what to talk about.
I'm going on a trip in a week and a half, like to Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like taking the car over there. I'm going to drive down the west coast of Ireland, like camp on the beach and stuff like that. But it's going to be raining the whole time. It's going to fucking suck.
What do you mean you're taking the car?
Right, we're taking the car on the boat over to Ireland. And then we're doing like a little driving trip down the west coast.
Wouldn't it have been cheaper to rent a car?
Yeah,
I don't know how
but
much a boat costs, I guess.
not to rent a Tesla though, probably.
Got it.
Nice. Nice. Well, it's going to be 93 here tomorrow. That's 33.5 Celsius. And that's our weather for the week. So I'll take the rain over the heat any day, dude. Any day.
No, that's easy for you to say.
It's 23 in Toronto tomorrow. Not bad.
It's easy for you to say.
The rain is nice.
I like
Makes
the
the
rain.
plants grow.
Exactly. It's just you're speaking from a completely privileged position. So, with all due respect, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Excuse me, sir. You are the one speaking from the position of privilege. You have year-round water, and it doesn't get to be 93
You know
degrees.
what California would do for year-round water?
I understand that.
Jesus.
I sometimes wonder what God, because God obviously blessed Britain, making it a green and pleasant land with rain all year round, so our crops might be bountiful. And all we do is complain about it raining too much. It must really fucking get us goat that.
I could see some halflings doing that. They have like amazing crop harvests, but they're always bitching because they have to go work in the rain.
Yeah,
it's
true.
so muddy outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Dwarves
blessed
are
by
German.
John.
Halflings are
Yeah.
English. I get it.
Dwarves are Scottish, halflings are English. That's true, yeah.
No. Dwarves are German. The Scottish thing with dwarves is a lie. Dwarves are
really?
studious and industrious. They should be German. I've always thought that. And somewhere along the line, Warcraft made dwarves Scottish, and everyone just rolled with it. I blame
So what
Warcraft.
you're saying is, if there was a race that ate deep fried chocolate bars and constantly did loads of heroin, they'd be the Scottish ones. That makes more sense. Yeah, that's just
It's the gnomes, yeah.
That's the gnomes. Yeah.
Okay.
So not only do you have to rhyme, you've got to rhyme in a Scottish accent.
Ugh.
Oh.
That's tough going. That. What can we? While we may or may not include this in the show, can we talk about the Narcos thing? Because that's a genius idea.
Oh my God. Let's talk about it.
If not for a campaign, at least for like a faction or something. So it seems like can you confirm, Neil, all the drugs are named like Gnome Dust, Starleaf? I guess that's not very gnome-like, but what our canon here is the gnomes make all the drugs. And then you call the campaign Narcos, but with a G. Like GN, Narcos, silent G. And then it's like hardcore gnome gangbangers.
Mm-hmm. Well,
be sick.
gnome dust is the only gnomish made drug that we've come across so far. I haven't really filled out the drug market in the campaign world because no one really cares. You know?
Well, until now, this could be the goal of the campaign. Like level 5, you unlock fucking gnome crystal. Let's go.
Then you ruin your life.
No, now you make twice as much money selling it to the junkies.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself a fucking gnome, like a cook. You know, like he's precious. You got to pay him loads of money.
We'll call him Hunter. It'll be great.
No, he's called Heisenberg and he's a dwarf because he's German. Yeah. The dwarven cook.
No, Hunter Biden just got,
He got
found
convicted
guilty
of
of
his
drug
crimes.
charges and
Yeah, I
gun
saw
charges
that,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
My instinct was to say, it's politically motivated, but then that's what they all
it's
say
definitely
about Trump,
not.
so I thought...
No, this guy did this shit, 100%.
No, I know he did it, but like, would he usually get charged for that?
Yeah. He should.
You know,
he
like-
might not, but he should.
I'm saying, like, if you bought a gun
Mm-hmm.
and then you signed the form that said you weren't a drug addict, and then somebody found like messages of you claiming to be addicted to drugs around the time that you bought that gun, it's unlikely the police would arrest you if that was like brought to their attention, I would imagine.
But if you're gonna get the benefits of being in the limelight, you might as
agree.
well get the
Yeah.
negatives of being in
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what brought it to the federal attention, but once it was at the federal
He
attention
did
level,
that shit.
yeah.
Well, I'm pretty certain what brought it to their attention would have been the MAGA people. No, they're obsessed with him.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're obsessed with him. Yeah.
But
They just,
Are
like,
the
thinking
Dems
about his-
obsessed with Trump then? I mean, it's
Well,
like the
Yeah. I mean, they are, aren't they? But at least Trump was the president. I mean, what's Hunter Biden done? I mean, I don't know.
Biden's son, I guess.
I might be totally off base on this one, but I feel like there is a difference between the president and the president's son,
totally.
right? Like in
Yeah.
terms of which one should be committing crime. Neither of them should be committing
Neither
crime.
of
But
them.
yeah. I mean,
But
he got
yeah.
his day in court. He did that shit, and now
I
he's
just
gonna
think
go
that
to
this
jail.
is going to be used to like make it to sort of like dismiss the crimes that Trump has been found guilty of, because it'll be like, oh, they're all the same.
I mean, everyone's gonna. Politics are gonna get into it. What I care more about is that someone in a position of power and privilege has been checked
Okay.
a little bit. So, the political fallout aside, I'm just peachy that everyone is getting their just
Yeah.
desserts.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
all less
I-
crimes.
Is it? Am I the only one worried here about the imminent collapse of America into fascism?
Totally concerned about the imminent collapse of America into fascism, but not concerned about this particular judgment. But
I feel like if that is true, it's got one step closer today with this judgment. I feel like it helps Trump's cause big time.
I mean, had it gone the other way, but that's the political spin. Anything can be made to better your point. You know,
It goes the other way. It's like, oh, the Dems always get away with it. They're only going after us.
it's a rigged judicial system. Yeah. Yeah.
Played the-
I guess so. Yeah. I guess so.
Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons where there are no real world ramifications for our action. Let's escape slightly into murder and chaos and drug
That's
dealing.
right.
Okay.
Let's
So
do it.
party. In 3 days' time, you're meeting Eraser and the other 3 members of Steel Team 6 in order to join their gang. But in these 3 days, you've got some heavy things to consider. Because joining Steel Team 6 is going to come with some changes to how you do things, right? If it's a pure democracy, then you're going to always be able to be outvoted by NPCs. It's going to be 2 against 4, and anything that they want to do,
Gotta do it.
You got to do
right?
it. That's the
You're going to be
group.
losing
That's what
autonomy.
being in a gang. That's right.
All right. The other thing is you'll be splitting experience 6 ways instead of 2. You'll be splitting treasure 6 ways instead of 2.
That one's tough because I know that these other fuckers are going to be totally useless compared to us.
You're going to be carrying a lot of weight.
That's fine because we're eventually gonna install our own members when the losers die, and then we'll be able to do like an in-gang takeover if we want to.
A hostile takeover, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is easier to usurp from the inside.
100%.
100%.
Just so that we're all on the same page here, that being a part of Steel Team 6, if it's as functional as it is right now, is going to mean a loss of autonomy, a sharing of wealth and experience with people who you don't fully respect. Like, I think you respect Eraser, but the others, they haven't earned your respect yet.
Crime's a dangerous thing. People die. We'll see.
Here's a question for you, Neil. Right. Let's just make it easy here. So I'm just talking about me and I'm just a 2-person scenario. So let's just say me and Pigeon.
Yeah.
Let's say we steal 1,000 gold pieces, yeah? We get 500 XP each.
No, you get
Or-
1,000 XP each.
I get 1,000 XP each, yeah? Okay, let's say a month later, I kill Pigeon and take his half. Do I get another 1,000 XP?
Any ill-gotten gains that are gold or have a GP value give you XP. I don't think it matters if you were friends with them before you did it. I think it's the manner in which you do it. Like,
so in theory, then, let's say we do a big haul with Steel Team 6 and we get 1/6 of the experience for the haul each. But then at some point we take over and we take all of the haul for ourselves. At that point, we'd be like reclaiming that XP that we'd given up previously.
So if you and Pigeon split your money and then you go your separate ways and then you rob Pigeon, you definitely get the gold. But if you and Pigeon are buddies and you just shank him one day and kill him and walk away with his gold, I don't know if that is XP worthy. Like, that's not really thiefy. It is ill-gotten.
But what if
that
we
gets
join,
into some
like-
really gray area. So if you join Steel Team 6 and then you ascend from the inside and other members die off, like, that's just Steel Team 6's money and you'll come into it, but you didn't really steal it. You didn't, like, loot that treasure. That was
But if
treasure
we
that was
eventually
lying
betrayed
around.
them all, then maybe.
I think it's really going to come down to the situation.
Real world example, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Steel Team 6 right now is a democracy of sorts. Okay. Let's imagine that me and Pigeon we are to Steel Team 6 what Donald Trump is to the United States of America, okay? So if we can take Steel Team 6 from a democracy to a dictatorship, we're essentially looting all of its power and wealth. So I think that we should be able to reclaim any lost XP, just like I think Trump, when he collapses your democracy and installs himself as a strongman leader, he should probably get XP for looting all of that power and wealth because he now effectively owns it.
Just think about it.
I think that there are ways, like there are ways where you're talking about that I 100% agree, and there are ways that I don't necessarily agree. Like, it depends on how the revolution in power shifts. If you just like are bumping elbows with people and then Eraser dies and you just kind of push yourself to the top and then the other people are below you, like, that's not a theft and takeover that would be XP worthy. But if you've got Steel Team 6 and you've got their lair and you set like a trap for them and they all drop down into a pit that's in their lair and then, they're fed to the slimes and you stand over them like, ha ha ha, we got you in the trap that you blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, that's probably more XP worthy,
Neil, they have a trap with slimes. That's sick.
They don't have a trap with slimes, no. They have a trap-free lair.
We
would have built it.
We should make a trap with slimes.
Exactly.
Pigeon.
That's
a good idea.
Otherwise, they would know about the trap and they wouldn't have fallen into it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, we could go on a mission to capture a slime. That sounds cool as fuck.
No.
I don't know how you would do it, but there's got to be like some in the sewers or something like that where we could
just
like
capture a piece of a
some.
slime and then bring him back, and then he'll grow into a big boy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. I'm comfortable with it. We can take some orders from Eraser for a while. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
As long as he doesn't get us killed.
We're about to get a level up when all of our money comes.
That's true. Are we going to be expected to share that money with Steel Team 6?
Well, let's figure it out in game.
Better not be.
Probably not.
All right. We're going to pick up our game here. You're going to be at Rusty's Hook the next day, hanging out.
So it's in 2 days' time?
Yeah, it's in 2 days' time. And I think you're at Rusty's Hook earlier in the day, right? It's not quite nighttime. Maybe it's late afternoon or whatever. The timing doesn't matter. You can tell me whatever time you want it to be. But it's a busy day here in the tavern.
What's the weather like? It's important to me.
I
engage with pubs very differently depending on the weather.
Got it.
Like what I'm either imagining like being cozy while it's raining outside, or I'm imagining being in the beer garden in the sun on one of those little wooden benches.
No beer garden here.
Right.
God damn it. We need to improve this pub. We need to buy one of the houses and knock it next to it, like knock it down so it can be a beer garden for the pub. That's a big upgrade right there.
Huge upgrade.
It is a surprisingly cool August day. It's not raining. It's just a little bit overcast, and there's like a nice cool breeze blowing down. So
Okay.
Not too hot for being late August.
It's not too hot. Okay, so I'm thinking that it's the start of the. It's like 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. We're inside. We're nice and warm and cozy. It's one of those like late summer days, you know, where it's like it's still nice and bright outside. The windows are glowing with the sun. You know, the sun's low down in the sky. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
What do you think the trials are going to be, Luther?
I can, you know, they said stealing.
Thievery?
Wait, but they're the same thing, right? Stealing and thievery. That can't be right. What was it again?
I don't remember. We'll have to ask a racer.
We'll have to ask him. What else could it be? But thievery, extortion,
Assault?
lockpicking was one of assaults. Well, we
And
already did that
lockpicking.
one.
There it is. Yeah,
We already did
that one.
assault. Yeah. I can only assume that's what it's going to be. Like, well, I'll do the extortion one. You can
I'll
do the
do the
lockpicking
lockpicking.
one. Yeah. And we'll have to do the thievery together.
I know. We wait around.
So you're just hanging around having these conversations when a young man comes on over towards you. He's got, like a nice buttoned up shirt. He's got some nice cufflinks. His hair's slicked back and kind of off to one side, but it's like real buzzed and on the sides that come up most of the way and like pulled over on top in a kind of a stylish, lightly greasy haircut. He's got these like nice red shoes on that really stand out from a distance. And he looks like a gentleman around town, you know. He looks a little bit nicer dressed than the other chumps in this area. Why don't you give me charisma checks to see if you've noticed him around here before? No, neither of you have noticed him around here before. It's a big place. You're not here
He's
every
coming
night.
over to us.
Yeah, he comes on over and approaches your table.
As he gets up to us, I say, "My lord, you seem to have gotten lost. The inner city is that way."
Oh, thank you, my fine friend. Would you mind if I asked some more directions from you?
Sure. You know where you are?
Certainly I do. And he pulls out a chair and has a little seat next to it. I'm talking to the great and mighty Luther and his companion Pigeon.
I lean back in the chair and put my arm like over the chair next to me. And I say, it seems my reputation precedes me.
It has. And so have your activities.
I'm a bit more
Well.
wary.
A lady never kisses and tell.
That's unfortunate, because I'm here to ask you to tell me about your kisses. And he will reach into a pocket and pull out 3 gold coins and set them on the table. This is just a taste. This is just to let you know I'm earnest about my dealings. He pushes them over towards Luther, makes an active effort to get them in your direction.
I take 3 coins and say, whilst I appreciate donations, sir, perhaps you could help me understand what exactly it is you're trying to achieve.
You are in possession of information I want, and I would like to buy this information from you. Now, that money I've put on the table is not the purchase price. That is the price to let you know that I'm serious and that I'm willing to come to the table and talk about these things.
I
What do you want?
understand. I understand. So, are you one of the perverts? Or are you just interested in knowing who the perverts are?
Excuse me?
Wrong information, perhaps. Ignore that. What exactly is this information I have?
He looks around the tavern, does a quick check to see who's around. And then he beckons for you to lean in a little bit closer. What I have to say and ask is not meant for everyone else's ears. We can start here, but I'd like to finish our discussions in a more private place of your choosing, so you know we're all on the up and up here.
As I lean into him, Neil, I want to, you said he's wearing a jacket, maybe at least leaning forward so I can, see into his jacket. Is he armed, this guy?
You can see that he is carrying a single dagger that's sort of tucked down by his waist, but you can like from the angle that you lean in, you can see through the between the jacket and his pants that like, yeah, there's a small knife tucked at his waist side. The sort of small knife, dagger's too strong of a word. The knife that you could pass off is like, oh no, this is just for my whittling that I do. It's not it's a D3 damage knife.
Okay.
It doesn't look super well armed.
How busy is the pub? Is it so busy that like the third floor is still busy? Could I find like a nook in the pub that's quiet or not?
No.
I'm not going looking. I'm just
20
asking,
on the 20 on the fullness roll. It is packed right now.
I think, and I'm saying this out of character, but maybe Moot, you can confer with me. We've got nowhere else to go, and we can't take him back to our house.
I just don't. I don't really care.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. I lean back away from him and say, well, it's busy in here. Maybe you want to have a few drinks with us and wait for it to quiet down.
Maybe I will. What do you guys want? I'll place orders. I'll even run them.
Perfect. Well, I'm having a bit. Actually, I was drinking wine tonight, if you don't mind.
Wine for the gentleman.
Thank
you.
I'll have a beer.
Wine and beer. Excellent. I think I myself will have a mojito if they have any ice left. And he heads over to the table, to the bar.
Pigeon's gonna watch him like a hawk. Suspicious of this guy. No one really comes up to us and just offers us money and gold. So he's gonna watch him like a hawk, looking for him to put something in the drinks.
Okay.
True.
Now, we did say rolled a 20 on the crowdedness roll, so it's going to be pretty packed in here. Why don't you give me a perception check at like -6?
L.
Yeah. So you're going to see him like go through the crowd towards the bar. Maybe you can keep like an eye on the top of his head. But if you're thinking he might put something in his drinks, the drinks are going to be like well below your viewpoint the entire time that he's coming back. So
As he goes
definitely
off.
has room to put things in them.
Yeah.
I say to Pigeon, I lean in a little bit and say, what do you think he wants? What do we know? I thought it was like the list of clients, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe this is a test and we should just keep our mouth shut.
Wait, you think this is part of the trials?
I mean, I think so. Eraser probably wants to know if we're going to blab our mouths. You remember when he was talking, he didn't tell us anything about his stuff.
I look back over at the guy in awe. Like, is this actually a razor?
He's
in
so
disguise? Okay. I give a nod and a wink to Pigeon and I lean back in my chair.
All right. The guy comes back with the drinks. It takes him a lot longer than you would like. It takes like 15, maybe 20 minutes for him to come back with the drinks. But he finally does, and he places the glass of wine in front of you, a beer in front of Pigeon, a tumbler with some dark fluids in it, and a little bit of mint in front of him, and like 2 more beers in the middle of the table, saying, "Such a long wait. Don't want to have to go back there again." Anyway, why don't we chat while things calm down?
Let's. How
My
did
name
you
is-
first hear of us?
Well, I've seen you about from time to time, and I've seen a little bit of money flowing out from your table. You know, it's a popular place, and you can always tell when someone gets a good score.
I don't recall seeing you in here before, friend.
It's a busy place. I normally hang out on the 2nd floor.
Not right. Dressed like that, I would have thought I'd noticed, but
Well,
Maybe
thank
not.
you. He kind of
When did
strokes his shirt a little
the,
bit.
How long ago did the firekeeper lady leave?
I ask him inquisitively.
He ponders for a moment. He rolls an intelligence check. Firekeeper lady. You mean the bookish woman who
You know her name?
keeps to herself? You know, I can't say that I do. I always wondered why she was in here, especially in the summer months when the fire doesn't need to be fed. Why? What do we know about her?
I'm just seeing if you actually come here.
Who would pretend that they did? It's a public house. Anyone can come. And how else would I know you?
This isn't your average public house, sir.
Most certainly it's not. That's why it's the good place to be. It's the right place to be, the right place to make friends and acquaintances, people who are experienced and worldly and who have made fine friends and done interesting things.
Well, I will say, sir, your flattery is most endearing. What did you say your name was?
My name is Set.
Well, Set, it's nice to meet you. As you already know, my name is Luther.
Yes.
This is my nephew Pigeon here. We're pleased to make your acquaintance, Set, and I'm just glad to be here for what must be a really important moment for you.
Yeah, if you want to talk to us, you're gonna probably want to talk to our boss.
Who's your boss? I wasn't aware you had a boss.
It's his name's Eraser.
Ah, so he's your boss already. Well, that gets more towards the point. I wanted to talk to you about Eraser. I had
How
seen.
is that right?
Well, you've been sitting
just say,
nearby for a little while. It looks
Nothing's
like the.
final yet. I say, and I give him a wink.
Well, I just can't help myself. This is what I wanted to talk to you about, and I can pay handsomely. From where that gold came, there's more. There's lots more. I want to know where Steel Team 6 lives and what the arrangement of their house is like. Despite you not being able to to notice me in a crowd, I'm not the most stealthy of people. My charm, my skills lie elsewhere. I'm more of a manager, you know? Get a little from here, get a little from there, mix everything together, something shakes out, distribute the winnings and earnings amongst all the appropriate parties. And Steel Team 6 has made a lot of money recently. They've robbed a couple friends of mine, taken some good things from them, had their own successes on the side. Now I'm fairly certain that lurking underneath their house or someplace there is a massive pile of treasure. A treasure pile that I'm willing to pay quite a bit to know anything you know about, and will also include you in a proportional cut on any earnings. That's a lot of money.
Well, why don't we just take him there, Luther?
Well, no, I don't need to be taken. That's not my job. I need to know whatever information you have about them. The more the merrier. And the better, more likely we are to succeed in our little caper. And the richer we'll all be.
Who exactly are these friends of yours?
I have a few friends. Each one with their own specialty. One picks locks. One he opens doors. Someone else is good at keeping an eye out and making sure no one bothers us. We've got some muscle in there, of course. We've got some runners. We've got some people who know how to move unseen, get in and get out with whatever they need. But a task like this takes multiple people, you know? It takes varying skill sets. Someone to overcome traps. Someone to battle monsters if they exist. Guardians of lairs. And I pull from this team as needed, depending on the job. And you are the ones who have the information.
Well, like we said, we are only just beginning the process of getting to know Eraser and Steel Team 6. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have that information for you. That could change in the near future, though.
You don't know where they live?
I know it's around here somewhere.
Maybe not where they live, but where their lair is, more particularly.
I think it's in Pitman territory. That I can speak to, but other than that, I couldn't tell you. But if we're successful, as I'm sure we will be, we'll have that information soon. Perhaps a man on the inside could be useful to your plans, but we have interests pulling us in many different directions. Without some sort of retainer, I'm just not certain that I'll be able to commit to providing our services to you when the time comes.
He'll reach around his pocket, and you can see him like counting out coin after coin, and he'll set 7 more gold on the table next to his glass, and say, "Consider this a down payment on whatever information you might come up with. I know for a fact that their lair is well defended, and that while the two of you, cunning and brave as you may be, should be unable to get through it fully intact, I have more disposable men who are perfect for the retrieval of their wares. If you can find out what you will."
Where should we contact you?
If you leave a message with the barman for me, he goes by the name of Grom.
Grom. Yeah.
If you talk to Grom and tell him that you have a message for Set, he'll see that I get it. It may take a few days. I'm busy. I have fingers in many pots, as it may be. I'll come by. I'll get the message. He may ask for a coin or 2 to leave it, but he pats the 7 gold on the table. That should more than cover it.
Well, nice to make your acquaintance, Set. We'll be in touch.
But before we go, I want to make sure that you said this. The deal is not done with them. I would like some level of. How do I know you're not going to turn around, take my money, and turn me into Eraser?
Wouldn't know how to turn you in. Don't know anything about you. Plus, you're friends with Grom? I wouldn't want to cross Grom. Grom's a friend of mine.
It's a good friend to have.
Absolutely.
Well, good luck. I will let you know that you'll make more money with me faster than you will with them. And more safely, too. You won't have to lift a finger aside from telling me what's going on. And then riches. It's easy money, and there's not a lot of easy things in this life.
Cheers to that. I raise my drink.
He raises his drink.
It's one of the ones from the middle of the table, because I've drank the wine. I raised one of those beers.
Excellent.
I don't raise mine.
Too easy money.
Too easy money, Luther and his sidekick Pigeon. And he will finish his drink, and he'll head out.
Well, he gets up, he starts walking.
Oh, yeah?
And I'll say to Luther,
Luther, we need to get that guy and bring him to Eraser.
You think?
Yeah, come on. We can follow him.
Let's talk about. Well,
we're gonna lose him. Look, he's going. He's about to leave.
I stand up from the table, but I start walking, and I say, "He's friends with Grom."
No, he's not. He doesn't even know who Hudson is. He just wants us to leave a message with the bartender, who probably knows his name.
And I walk as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and
I'm going to speak to Grom. You're better off doing this alone.
All right.
Don't get caught.
I'm gonna wait a few seconds and start following him. Hopefully, hiddenly.
Yeah.
I go to the bar.
All right. One of you goes to the bar. One of you follows him. He heads for the front door and heads out into the streets. Now, it's not dark yet. Right? It's evening. It's 6 in August, so a couple hours of light left. Let's do the bar first, and then let's do Pigeon. So you go to the table, the bar. There's 3 bartenders back there right now because it's slammed. Grom is one of them, and he's busy hustling drinks and stuff. The other 2 are also busy hustling drinks. You can wait for a little while to get Grom's attention, but it'll be a while.
Yeah,
but you
that's
can,
fine.
You can get it.
I sit at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I like put some
Amateur
coins
move.
down to get a couple of drinks, locked and loaded, sort of, and I just wait for a chance to speak to Grom.
Yeah. He comes over to take your order at some point.
Thanks. I order my drinks and I say, Grom, you know this guy, Seth?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
He's not like in. He's not made.
Grom shakes his head and shrugs. I don't really know anything about him.
All right.
Taken a couple of messages
That's all
for
I
him in
need.
the past.
Well, he's not got any powerful friends or anything like that you know about. He's not in with Hudson and the like.
Grom shakes his head. I really don't know anything about the guy. If you're worried
All right.
that crossing him's going to cross me, he waves you off.
All right. I take the drink and I walk away.
Okay. Pigeon, you step out into the city streets. There's Set. He takes a look down the left road, takes a look down the right road,
I
and he
hide back,
heads left.
and then I will follow.
All right. I'm gonna need you to make me a hide check with 2 6 plus 6, so 39 is pretty good. Yeah. You can head out and begin to follow him. Now you're moving in this busy, crowded city, right? And this is going to be hard for him to follow you here through all of this stuff. Oops, that's not it. We want sneaking. Oh, this is actually it, yeah. So you're following behind this guy, and he makes his way down the street. He stops to look in at a shop of a window. And while he's looking in at the shop of the window, he'll take a look around, see if he can't spot anyone nearby him following him. He doesn't pass his perception check. He doesn't make a 39 on his perception check.
Of course not.
I mean, 39's... How did
I'm a
you
master
get plus
stealthman.
15 to stealth, bro?
Hide?
Yeah, to hide.
It's not that hard actually.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry to pull us away, but doesn't that present a problem because you can't put points in perception in the same way you can put points in hide? So eventually your hide just gets to the point where no one can perceive you.
Yeah, well, we haven't really done a lot of thieves with this class test, and it is looking like it's going to be pretty insane. He was getting a lot of bonuses because he's following, like the plus 6 was from cover in the city, the amount of cover and the quality of it.
Yeah, but give us a few more levels and we'll be at hide 20. Right, and then it doesn't
To be
matter
fair,
if
it's
you got
the
18
second thing
perception.
that I'm stacking, and I'm stacking. So I'm only doing picklock, hide, and climb.
Yeah, but like if you were like level 16, you'd have like a hide 30, and then even if somebody had 18 perception and rolled a 20, you'd still beat them every time.
I don't know if I'd have hide 30.
Well, okay, so hide is dex plus perception divided by 3, but Pigeon has a 17 in both of those. So his hide skill starts way higher than the average person's ever would. He's actually built for hiding more than anything else.
Yeah, he's built
But
different.
you're right. Eventually, he will get his bonus is plus 15.
yeah.
So eventually, he will get to be just
Let's
bonkers
say I put
insane.
like 10 more points into it. I'm gonna be at 18 though.
I'm just saying it's going to get to the point where literally you can never fail unless you roll a 1.
Yeah, it's an opposed roll, so it will get to the point where your opponent would have to roll a 20.
Because
But
perception
you become like a
isn't scalable.
shinobi. Like you're actually very good at hiding. You know?
Yeah, because if someone's got like a 10 in perception, like an average person, they'll roll a 30 at their very best. And if you have 20 in it, you'd roll a 30 on average. So your average roll, on your average die roll,
You beat an
a
average person.
regular person would need to roll a 20 to spot you.
Oh yeah.
And then if you add in extra cover and everything, it becomes even... Maybe I think I might need to adjust my cover modifiers. We won't do it during this campaign, but you're right. Some of these things are not play tested very heavily.
Well, listen, just fundamentally though, the issue is that you can put points every level into these skills, but you can't put points every level into perception.
That's true. Move silently. Rules as written, you can just pass and always be perfect.
Yeah.
Right? So that it's not quite hide, but it is here.
I'm saying the way to go might be to take it, not make it opposed to perception, and have it just be a pass or fail. Yeah, that way you're not running into the issue where like one of these things is scaling faster than the other.
Yeah, but then you're at a certain point you'll only fail on a 1, which is the same as sneak. Only failing on a 1. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. We'll make some adjustments eventually.
Okay, sorry to
No,
interrupt you.
these are valid feedbacks. Yeah, well done, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Right, so he starts walking. He stops, to look in at a shop, does the like looking back behind him, heads back down the street a little ways. Eventually, give me a perception check, Pigeon, with your amazing perception, because he is going to try
31.
and do a little hide of his own. His hide is going to be at plus. It's normally going to just be a plus 10 because he's put a few points into it. But then he gets that same plus 6 that you had. So 1d20 plus 10 plus 6. Only a 20. Yeah. So he tries to like hide in the crowd and surreptitiously take a peek or a sneak down an alleyway, but you see it from a mile away. I mean, you've got like 360-degree vision with those bulging eyes. There's no way you're going to miss this guy. And you see him turn down an alleyway.
Give me 10 seconds to think, because I'd probably be thinking as I'm walking through.
Mm-hmm.
My mind comes to... which part of the city am I in?
You're still in Pittman territory. You've only gone,
Can you point me like where I think I'm near? Like, am I in the southern part? Am I northern?
You are somewhere right here. I think he turned left when he went out the door. I can't remember, but I think he did.
Okay.
So you're just south of Rusty's Hook a little bit.
Okay. Tell me about the alley.
It's between two buildings. It's, shoulder and one arm wide. Brick on either side.
In Pigeon's mind, this is either A, a test, or B, this guy is going after his like new gang that he's joining. So I am going to follow him down the alley and rush him and attempt to get my like lasso around him.
Okay, well, again, alleyway's small. Lasso's not going to work in the alleyway. You need like lots of room to lasso.
Not lasso him, but like
garrote.
Garrote him. I'm not trying to kill him, but I am trying to choke him out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the alleyway has a couple of crates near the front, some water barrels actually near the front. And then beyond that, it's just this dirt alleyway where there's a couple of scraggly plants desperately trying to grow, but the height of the buildings on either side mean they never get that sunlight they need. And so they're just these sad, sad weeds trying to grow up. And down the alleyway, because you're a little bit behind this guy by the time you poke your head down, look, he's almost all the way through it to some sort of courtyard in the back. Or some other like little twisted, windy street down there.
Okay, then I'll just keep following if he's that far, yeah?
Yeah. You'll follow. He'll come out and... you'll hear a door shut as you get down the alleyway. And you'll come out on the other side and see that it's like this weird, twisty, windy road. I don't know what you would call it in places that have these that don't have like nice laid out grid-like streets, but this street must connect somewhere else. This alleyway is not the only way to get here, but it's a narrow street with a bunch of little houses on it and a couple of cobbler shops on it.
But he went in a door here.
Yeah, you heard the door. You were a little bit down the way. I want an eavesdrop from you at -6.
Fail.
Okay. Yeah, you couldn't quite tell which door he went down.
Okay.
There's a couple of cobbler shops and a couple of houses.
I'll take note of the area and I will leave to go to the bar.
All right, you head back to the bar. You'll find your dear friend, your uncle.
I followed him, Luther, and he got kind of close to, the headquarters, and he vanished in like some alley. He went in a door. I could take you to the alley, but I think we should tell Eraser.
I guess so, yeah. You reckon I spoke to Grom. Doesn't know him.
I knew
Nothing to
it.
do with the gang here, yeah. What, so you reckon you think he's with Eraser?
I think he's coming after our gang, or it is Eraser.
All right. You want to go now, or?
Where are they going to meet us here?
They'll be here. They got to be here soon, probably. We'll wait
Kinda
here.
shrug.
We'll wait here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spend some time. Sure enough, as the sun goes down, as liveliness picks up, as the new band takes the stage, in comes Steel Team 6, as usual.
Steel Team 4 right now.
That's true. It is presently Steel Team 4. There are no open tables, and so they head over, get some drinks, and stand around talking
We
to
have a
each other.
table for him.
Yeah, we've got a table right here. We call them over.
Unfortunately, when you both got up, other people came and swooped your table.
Oh well, hold on then.
Oh,
We can get some people.
Come on, Luther. Let's get a table.
yeah. Let's get a table. I mean,
Right.
Neil, I've been waiting around for him though. Like, doesn't come up that I can take?
It's a pretty packed place. We rolled a 20 on its crowded
If
level.
one never came up, I think we go bully someone out of their table.
No, but like if you stand around in a pub for long enough, somebody's gonna get up.
All right.
Yeah, a table eventually.
Yeah. Let's see if you can give
Well-
me a perception check versus an NPC's perception check to see if you can spot a table and get to it before they
If
do.
I-
Because you know it could be on the
if-
other side of the room
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
If I can't find one though, I will scope out the best people to intimidate.
Perfect.
25.
They will get a
Oh.
30. Unfortunately, whenever the table comes up, it's too far away or you don't see it until someone else gets it first. So the
Animals.
two of you can bully someone out of a spot.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of ne'er-do-wells in here. Some of them you might be able to bully.
No, wet
Some of them
behind
you
the
might
ear
not be
types.
able to. Yeah.
Yeah, we look for some kids, some wannabes. I can
Some
spot them.
wannabes that someone else hasn't bullied out of their spot already.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're looking for a 14 or higher. Ooh, 13. There used to be a table with some wannabes, but they have since been vacated by some crusty looking older folks. With one of them has got an eye patch.
No shit. Okay.
Is
Everyone
there any
else
like table with
sitting
like
around.
one guy at it?
No.
Okay.
There are a bunch of tables where it's clear that there's multiple groups and they've just like divided amongst themselves.
It's all right. We're gonna stand around like the edge of a table, right? There's like a,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
a table. It's got slightly too few people on it for how big the table is, and we're all gonna stand around the edge of that and slowly move in on it. Put our drinks on the table,
Sorry.
and then when those people leave, this is our table. Then.
Well, Steel Team 6 comes in while you're leaning on a table. They get some drinks. They're somewhere else. You can go up to them and approach them if you'd like.
No, I
Okay.
call them over.
Yeah.
Eraser, lads, get over here.
Yeah, they come on over. They elbow their way past all the other people. Greetings.
Yo.
Hey, we
What's
got
up,
a
boss
table
man?
for you, boss man.
Doesn't look like you have a table.
Hey,
Yeah, we're working on it.
I yell to the people at the table.
They like vaguely look up at you and immediately return to what they were doing.
get the fuck up.
They don't even turn their head. They're engrossed in their own thing.
How many of them are there?
This
Two?
table has seating for 6 people. There's a group of 3 and a group of 2 here.
Oh shit.
Here, come on, Luther, just take the
All right.
chair from him.
Yeah,
That does mean
the
there's one free
lightest-
chair.
The lightest looking one of these people,
Mm-hmm.
the lightest person.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab the top of the chair with my right hand.
the lightest person's a
gonna
halfling. Yeah.
Oh, even better than I don't even do. I just pick up the chair with one hand. I'm gonna fling the chair and throw the halfling, just like woof, just launch him off the chair.
All right. The halfling was in the group of 2. You pick up the chair, you toss him. The halfling doesn't fly far because there's just people right there. You know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna
that's
bump
fine.
into people and hit the ground, and his partner is gonna stand up. His partner is also a halfling, and they hop to their chair and then onto the table, so they're
Oh,
like,
shit.
eye to eye with you, and they quickly pull out a long dagger from their side and put their hands out
shit.
and goes, "You want something? Huh? You want something tall stuff? How's the atmosphere up there? You want to come down to my level?"
Wait,
And,
if
like,
he
picks
pulls a
couple of-
dagger, if
Yeah.
he pulls a dagger, I pull a dagger. I'm not attacking, but
Right.
like now I got 2 daggers.
Right, you got 2 daggers. The halfling's got a long one. The other people at the
this
table just
ain't
kind of
worth your
lean
life,
back a
kid.
bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
table
It
ain't
ain't worth your life, so stand down, fucker.
You need to get out of here, or I'm gonna stab you.
They don't call me garlic for my bad breath. It's because my garden's fed by the corpses of the people who crossed me.
Jesus Christ.
Guy's
Wait,
crazy.
What happens? Do we need to roll initiative? I feel like I need to act.
Yeah, it's a pretty busy tavern, as we said before.
what
This
happened
is
to the other
well
halfling?
obvious. The other half, he just fucking fell into the crowd. He's small, now he's underneath some feet somewhere. Who the
Oh, I
fuck
gotta-
knows?
out of
But everyone
character-
around you is like, what the fuck is happening? Because violence in this place is like frowned upon pretty heavily.
Oh, okay.
Right, this is
I've been
supposed to
here
be
a
like
long time, and do people ever get into knife fights here?
never. You've never seen a knife fight. The fact that this halfling has pulled a knife on you is
He pulled the knife though.
He pulled the
He
knife.
did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
he
is
went too
a
far.
weird situation. This is unusual in this place. In fact, you haven't even seen any bar fights in here.
I'm waiting for Pigeon to get behind him. Like I don't draw a
He's
weapon.
on the table.
Yeah.
So like I think Pigeon just kind of stands there with both of his knives, and then it's your turn to act and do something.
Yeah, the halfling is, on guard, is
If
what
the
we're gonna call it.
halfling looks like he's gonna stab you, I am attacking him.
I think if you can get behind him, just fucking move him. I mean, I don't want to draw a weapon. I'm not gonna make an unarmed attack against this halfling.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just kind of like look aghast and I
We got
say,
a good old standoff here.
"You drawing steel in this place?"
You're gonna start throwing us around because of our size? Well, you're gonna get it. You're getting the face and the knees and the ankles.
Listen, kid, you don't know who you're messing with here. This is our table. Just fuck off.
You fuck
You get
off.
yourself
We're here
yourself hurt.
first.
Yeah, today, but not generally. I
I'm
was here
older than
first.
you. I was definitely here first.
That's not true. I
Oh,
never
what are you
seen
gonna
you
do?
in this
Are you
place
gonna stab
before.
my friend? You better put your knife away, kid.
You're
If
the
you
one who
wanna
attacked
handle
us
this-
first.
You want to handle us like men? Put the weapon away, and we can handle us like men outside.
Okay.
Grom's not going to appreciate
He
us
puts
causing
his
trouble in here.
dagger away.
Fuck,
Lead the
okay.
way.
All right, I put my dagger away.
I look worried. I go outside.
All right.
I follow.
All right.
Now we've given up the table.
You go
fuck
outside.
no.
You turn around. Fucking halfling doesn't follow you outside.
Oh my god.
It's genius. It's genius.
thought
I get
about just staying at
outside.
the table.
I get outside and think, fuck, he's really done me there. I'm too embarrassed to get back in. I go to a different pub.
All right. That's the night.
Pigeon will have to tell
I'll
Eraser.
tell
Yeah.
Eraser about the guy and what happened and where he was and all that stuff. And
Tonight, like you go back in and talk to Eraser right now?
yeah.
Ah. Right. You come back in and you can see Eraser and the other guys are like laughing. Like they saw the whole interaction. They thought it was funny as fuck.
That halfling got us, man. I don't know. what
To be fair, that was funny. Yeah, well, give him that.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
We gave the halfling we got a laugh out there, and
That
that's
happens.
a funny guy.
You know,
And then I'll
it's one of those things. In this world, you got to be able to hold your own. You also got to be able to accept when you've been knocked down and take it with grace and dignity.
I kind of shrug.
To be fair, the halfling was a pussy and didn't come out. But it was
Well, do you
funny,
blame
so-
him? Look at him. He's only yay tall.
I nod.
All right, but anyways, I got something to tell you.
And I'll whisper to Eraser the facts of the matter of the guy in fancy clothing who came and propositioned us for information about Steel Team 6. And I'll say that I followed him, and I'll tell Eraser about his whereabouts. And
You can show us right now.
Yeah.
Is Luther still outside?
It's probably not been too long. He said he was going to go to another bar. We could go grab him.
Let's go grab them. They
All right.
immediately put their drinks down on the table,
Oh, shit.
and the four of them hurry out.
He's at the Horny Toad.
Yep. Going around the corner, you find Luther on his way
I'm,
into the Horny Toad.
You find Luther outside sharing a pipe with this guy, complaining about halflings, making vaguely racist statements about how halflings are.
As you're
like,
smoking
they're not-
halfling weed.
They're not native to this part of the city. They shouldn't really be here. They're taking jobs, like the jobs that used to be done by human children. Now you've got halflings coming in with their
Luther, we
experience.
gotta go.
What the? Oh, wow! What's going on? I give the guy his pipe.
We got
back.
a job.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, anytime.
Peace. I leave. All right. What's the plan?
I catch him up.
Eraser. I'm sorry about that. This halfling guy, he's smarter than he looks.
Don't worry about it. It happens. Eraser
Where
will
we go?
walk with you guys, letting Pigeon lead the way to this guy's place.
We're going to his house. Now, Eraser, I'm going to tell you, I don't know exactly which door it was.
We'll
But
find
it's
it.
like one of these. All right.
All
I
right.
take him right there.
You take him right there. He looks up and down the alleyway. He goes like 2 houses down from the first, you come around the corner to that other street with the cobblers on it, and he goes 2 houses down, looks at this door and goes, it's probably this one, and like pounds on the door. Did you give him the guy's name?
If I would remember it in character, then yeah.
Give me an int check. Nope. He pounds on the
I don't
door.
remember his name.
And a few minutes later, the door opens, and there's the man with the red shirt. I'm sorry, the fancy shirt and the red shoes.
That's him. That's him.
Eraser gets a big smile on his face, and the guy steps forward, reaches out a hand, and shakes Eraser's hand.
Ooh, you were right.
Eraser
nice.
turns around and goes, well done. You've passed the first test.
Nice.
Good job.
That's so cool.
I mean, technically, it's the second test after you did poor old what's-his-face in,
Pointer.
Pointer, yeah.
if that was his name. Well, good job,
Who's
boys.
this guy?
Congratulations.
This is Set. He does some work for us sometimes.
You know,
Oh,
Nice to
I'm glad
meet
I
you,
didn't
Seth.
stab him.
Yeah.
Glad you didn't stab him, too.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. The other Steel Team 6 members pat you on the shoulders, and they all mutter something like, you almost got me. And someone else being like, I could smell it coming from a mile away.
Oh, they're all the same test? You guys have done these?
They all nod. Mhm.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That is pretty good. So do we go to a different bar? I say, like, why don't we go to a different bar? Have a night off from work.
Yeah.
Somewhere quieter, yeah?
Do we got
Yeah.
another test tonight?
No more tests until 2 days from now.
Oh, fine. All right.
That's what you
you
said
can
yesterday.
drop your guard.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. I think we're going to take our first break right here, and we're going to come back on this side with a little bit more Steel Team 6. I mean, Hardly Heroes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardly Heroes.
All right.
So-
we're back.
We're going to skip ahead a few days. There's a designated
Yes.
meeting place and meeting time. Do you remember what this was?
my character does, I'm sure, because we wouldn't have forgot that, but I don't
course
remember it right now.
Great.
I remember, Neil. I just don't think you remember.
That's right. Where are we meeting?
We are meeting at sundown at a house 3 streets over from their lair
You might be right.
in the abandoned area.
Sundown is right. 3 streets over from the lair is wrong. It's this little green dot right here is where we're meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I meant 3 streets over diagonally. So actually, that's what I meant.
So like all the way across the main
Yeah, yeah.
ring road.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You're meeting at a house at sundown.
Question. Should we wear our armor? What do you think, Pigeon?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
What if we go do thief stuff? It's like gonna slow you down, make it
Why
hard
you
to
just put it
sneak.
in your bag? It's just chain. We both have chain, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Is
Let's,
that-
let's,
How fast can you take a chain shirt off, Neil?
1 round.
One round.
One round?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's wear it. Let's go.
So you wear it out?
We're wearing it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got shit to do. Don't fuck with us today.
Yeah, don't fuck with us today, Neil.
I'll
Okay.
have my daggers out too, I guess. Like,
I got
if
my
I'm wearing a
short sword.
chain, yeah, I got my cool daggers in my hands.
Gonna get mugged on the way there.
Yeah, we're gonna kill people on the way there.
That's right.
You can see the people recoil from your presence as you walk down the street. Mothers sweep children indoors quickly. Men
That's
close
right.
down, look away and lower awnings as if they're closing their shops as you head down. Anyone in the neighborhood is going to recognize and remember you as these folks wearing armor walking down the street.
It's fine.
This,
What?
yeah.
What of it?
Well, people will see it, and then the next time they see you walking down the street, they'll be like, "Hey, that was the guy that was wearing that armor," and so it'll just affect your reputation in the region.
Good. They'll know not to fuck
Good.
with us then.
That's right.
Yeah. Or
Because I have to say, if I see a guy walking through with armor, my first thought isn't, "Oh, let's rob that guy." My first thought is, "That guy's probably dangerous."
yeah, exactly. Now, on the other hand, it means if anyone's looking for somebody who might be dangerous because they want to take what you've got, there's a lot of people around town who'll be like, "Oh yeah, this guy was walking around with armor," and so I'm like, "Really? Who?" And if bigger fish
That's
trying
fine.
to eat smaller fish thing.
Come on. Come
Bring
at
it.
us.
We're about to become a big fish.
Great,
They're gonna have to take down my gang too.
great.
Yeah. We're endless.
You get to the house. It's
I give
Sunday.
a rap on the door.
Right. It opens.
This is a pigeon.
There's one of the other members of Steel Team 6 here.
Give him a nod.
I give
You-
him the Steel Team 6 greeting.
You throw a cup at him?
Just- No, wait.
Oh, the 5 and the 1s.
Yeah. Yeah, Racer is the one.
You head in. There's the 4 members. They're all seated around. Well, one of them was at the door, but the other 3 are seated around a table.
I give them crossbows as we go
Oh
in.
yeah, crossbows.
Nice. You step inside. This is an abandoned house. It's not in the abandoned area, but it's just one of the houses that's currently unoccupied here. There's a couple of tables that have been dragged over, some boxes and broken chairs that have been dragged over to kind of make a makeshift hangout spot. But otherwise, the place is shuttered and decrepit. The floors are breaking, falling through in places. No one would want to live here.
Welcome.
Hey, boss.
Welcome. So, today's the day of the trials. Now,
The remaining trials, I say, as I sit down.
the remaining trials. There are 5 trials. There's a trial of secrecy, which you've passed. That was with Set. There's the endurance trial, which you've both passed already. That's where we beat the fucking shit out of you and make sure that you can still get up and walk around. That you're able to take a fucking licking and not, turn into a little whining, sniveling ball of shit.
Cheers
Neither
to
of you
that.
did that. There's the trial, where we know that you're capable of getting your hands dirty, and we watched you do that with Pointer.
What's that one called?
Kill someone.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
And there's 2 more. Looks at Pigeon. First one's for you, Pigeon.
Lockpicking.
Lockpicking.
I point at him.
He
What do you need,
produces
sir?
he produces a small metal box, sets it on the table before you, and says, "Pick it. Now."
I check it for traps. There's my check, and I pick the lock.
All right. This is a skill 15 lock.
I have
It is
skill
excellent.
20.
So
17.
17. So it'll take you 1d4 hours to do it, which in this case, not a big deal. Take you 3 hours. You all sit there for 3 hours. They pull out some lanterns so that you have light to work by. And 3 hours later, this cunningly deceptive lock where it looks like the key goes in this way, but that's just a fake keyhole. The real keyhole is the ring around the major keyhole, which needs to be like twisted and then pushed ever so slightly and then twisted again and able to like shim past it and look for other things. See, in this area, in this time and place, we don't have interchangeable parts. We don't have modern machinery. So every lock is a bespoke lock. You don't have like the mass-produced cheap shit that we have in the modern era. Each thing is handcrafted for the specific purpose it's supposed to perform. And this has just a big old fake lock in the middle of it that doesn't, it's got all the normal locking mechanisms, but it doesn't actually do anything. And it's this separate secret ring on top where the real lock is.
Oh, very tricky, Eraser.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He pops it open and there's nothing inside. Excellent.
Good lock you have there.
He'll shut it.
Must be.
Mm-hmm. Good job. He'll put the case, the little thing, back in his backpack. Okay.
I cracked my fingers.
Last test. We're gonna head over to the Temple Guardians. They're preparing a ceremony for us. It starts in a couple hours. We're gonna make some oaths there.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I want you to know what you're getting in on here. We're gonna be making oaths to the god of promises, to Ponos, the god of suffering.
Who's the god of promises?
In this situation, Ponos is the god of promises. You make a promise, and if you break it, eternal damnation and suffering.
God.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
We're
That's
gonna
not to
make
be
a
fucked around with.
That's not to be fucked around
Oaths.
with. No.
to Ponos
But wait.
for your loyalty
What's the
to
last
Steel Team
trial?
6. The last trial is, are you willing to make an oath to Ponos, god of suffering, that you
I
will
understand.
never betray Steel Team 6, that you will share all wealth, all experience, your highs and your lows, that we will live together and work together as a single unit, that we are equals, and I am the first among equals.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I love
Don't
making oaths.
say of course, and don't tell me you love making oaths, because this will follow you for the rest of your days. If you break this oath, your soul will suffer in hell for all eternity.
But Eraser. I look around from face to face. What about Pointer?
Pointer failed us. He was weak. Getting rid of him is not betraying Steel Team 6.
Boom. There it is,
It was
Nick.
strengthening it.
That's right.
Yes!
Got my lawyer hat on right now.
There it is.
So the oaths are to the ideals, the group itself. What
Loyalty
it really
to the
means
group.
to be Steel Team 6. Good. I shall think on this, but when the time is ready, I will be ready.
Good.
Well, let's go.
Great. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, can we go this way?
We can justify anything under these oaths. It's fine.
Oh, yes. He's done it.
You can justify anything, but, we'll see if Ponos, god of promises and suffering, takes it that way. It's him that you really have to
That's true.
appease.
Yeah. It's not Eraser, because Eraser might have already broken his oath.
He might
For
have,
We
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or Eraser
That's
may
true.
not have ever made one. If he
That's
founded Steel Team
true.
6 and made everyone else swear oaths, then he can do whatever he
Yeah.
wants. Yeah.
He's not bound by the. Wait, we should raise that later. We should make him do the oath.
Smart.
Or we should find out if he's made the oath.
Maybe when we're more established. Yeah.
Yeah. Not yet. Yeah. It could be part of our coup, right?
Yeah.
Like if we have to, we'd be like, well,
Eraser
he
never made an oath to
He
us.
never made the oath. Yeah, he can't be trusted. Look how he stabbed Pointer in the back.
Hey, is he even a member?
Yeah.
Smart.
All right. They'll take you all the way to the Temple Guardians, all the way to the...
Not gonna lie, sweating a little bit going into the Temple Guardian place, right? Vallejo was from the Temple Guardians, right? Is that right?
No.
No, he
He
was
was.
Demon Slayer.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
I had Temple Guardians in my note, former head of the Temple Guardians, but maybe I wrote
That is a
wrong.
mistake.
Okay. Thanks. All right.
All right, we go all the way to the Temple Guardians. You're met outside by a guy who looks like this. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. He's got a mask on, he's got a shield, and he's got like a ceremonial pike with a pair of serpents that come off of it. He's got a funny looking helmet. And he stands outside the temple. Not the main temple. This is a small temple next to the main temple. And he watches and he guards the door.
I give him a nod.
Yeah. And behind him, one of the pair of doors is open and light beams out from within. This place is a sacred spot to all and anyone who would believe. And within it are lit candles and torches. There is a priest standing behind an altar in long flowing robes with like a tabard over it with the big swirl of Ponos across it. It looks like they're here waiting for you. And you know that, the cost of running such an event, of putting together such a ceremony isn't cheap. And these people have to pay for the ceremonies.
Like hundreds of gold.
It's going to be expensive. This indoctrination, I mean, they've already paid you 10 gold. But this indoctrination here is going to cost. And
Did you
also
put that on your sheet, Nick?
I did.
whatever they paid to set. Mm-hmm. But before anyone steps in, Racer will take a look at the two of you and say, beyond those walls, behind that door lies your future. Back there, beneath the eyes of the gods, for all to see, recorded by the clerics and priests, is your future, is your life.
Thank you.
Once we
I give
cross
him a
this
nod.
threshold, once you say your words, there is no going back. And any who betrays their words will suffer.
Have
In
you
the
all taken the
afterlife.
oath?
Everyone nods their heads.
Did he nod his head?
He's talking, he doesn't have to nod his head. He's the leader.
We don't look backwards, only forwards. Eraser, guys, thank you for this opportunity. I'll see you on the other side. A changed man.
I go to take a step in too.
Everyone steps in. Racer will walk you all the way up to the altar. There is a priestess. Finding my right priestess token. She stands at the front of the altar. Whoop, that is not the priestess I was looking for. That's also not the priestess I'm looking for. Look, the priestess I'm looking for is in another tower, guys. Okay, she's in another castle.
It's
fine.
a different tower.
Yeah.
But she's really hot, though.
She's got a blindfold across her face, a white blindfold that crosses her face, so she can't see who she's talking to. But it looks more ceremonial than anything else. Like she could easily see out the bottom, probably. She's wearing all white robes, and she carries a red ball in one hand. It looks like it's maybe made out of some sort of stone, probably just like a large quartz ball, but it's got like this swirling red nature to it. And in the other hand, she holds a knife that, it's just laying in the palm of her hand.
Okay.
And Racer will step up and stand next to her, take the knife, and run it across his hand, hand it to the next member, who runs it across his hand, who hands it to the next.
Blood oath.
So badass.
Soon all four of them have shed their blood into the same, along the same blade. And then the blade gets handed to Pigeon.
I do it.
Gets handed.
Yeah.
Luther?
I do it. I sink the blade into my flesh, drawing long across my palm.
Mm-hmm.
Like the blood drip. What?
Yep.
Into a vessel or?
It's all mixed over the blade, and as you hand it back to Eraser, he'll take a little bit of the mixed blood on it and rub it into his hand, and he hands the blade back. So it makes 2 circles around. Once everyone cuts themselves, and then once everyone, mixes their blood together. And Eraser says, "Now we are blood brothers. Now
Blood brothers.
we are in this together.
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 Repeat after me. I
Hi,
say your name.
Pigeon.
Luther.
Swear on my immortal soul
Swear on my immortal soul.
that I will never, ever betray Steel Team 6.
That I will never, ever
betray
betray
Steel Team
Steel
6.
Team 6.
If I break this oath,
If I break this oath,
If I break this oath,
may Ponos take my soul.
may Ponos,
Ponos take my soul.
To be your plaything for all time,
To be your
To be your plaything for all
for all
time.
time.
and to suffer whatever damnation you desire.
And to
And
suffer,
to suffer
whatever
damnation
you
you
desire.
desire.
I say, increasingly uneasy.
I will share all my treasures,
I will share all my treasures,
past and future,
past and
Past
future,
and future.
with my brothers.
with
with my
brothers.
brothers.
I will take no husbands nor wives,
I will take no husband nor wives,
I will take no husbands nor wives,
but those that I share with my brothers.
but
those that I share with my brothers.
So we can have a wife. Just we gotta share.
We have
got-
6
yeah.
wives.
Yeah.
From this day until my last,
From this day
until my
last.
I devote myself to my brothers.
I devote
I devote myself
myself to my brothers.
to Steel Team 6.
To Steel Team 6.
To Steel Team 6.
All right, he puts his hand out in the middle. The others all stack hands on top of it.
Stack.
I stuck.
Alright.
I hope Panos noted that important distinction there. I stuck my hand.
That you said to Steel Team 6, not to your brothers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ponos
I
noted.
said.
Malchus noted.
Good.
Right. The hands are in. The priestess will set the ball on top of everyone's hands and then begin to speak the old words of Old Common, a language dead for 1,500 years, but still spoken by some of the priests here. She will recite the words. You'll catch the word Ponos a few times here and there, and the ball will slowly begin to brighten a little bit, like a little bit of light will start to glow out of it. She's definitely a priestess and not a cleric. This is not like a spell that she can cast. She has no spell casting abilities, and yet the ball glows with light. Then it
Alright.
fades again.
Blood magic.
She will set the ball and the blade down. She will take off her blindfold, and you'll see that she's blind. Like her eyes are like scratched out, and not scratched out, but like they're whited out and completely useless. And she will kind of feel for the hands and bind the 6 hands together with the white blindfold and say, "Your oaths have been heard. Your oaths have been bound. The gods have seen all."
Whoa!
That's it.
I uncross my fingers. No, I'm joking.
And with that, Eraser rips off the white blindfold, hands it back to her, and says, "Boys, welcome to the team. First things first, we got to move you into the house."
Let's go. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I,
We gotta get our stuff.
I shake everyone's hand.
They all shake your
Yeah, you
hands.
do.
They all
I give
embrace
him
you.
hugs.
Yep. Oh, there's hugs all around.
Can we get a reminder of everyone's name? So we've got
Yeah.
Luther and Pigeon and Eraser.
I don't think any of the others ever had names, so it's now time to give them names.
Do we have any
I'm about to go check
Patreon
right now.
names?
Oh, that'd be sick.
There's a few,
This is-
yeah.
This is a good one to get.
Yeah.
There's a.
Pick some good ones, you know.
Just pick it up.
Oh, wow, there's a bunch of... I haven't looked at this document in a little while.
Yeah, no, there's a good amount.
Okay. Oh, there's definitely Sierra. That's definitely one of the brothers.
Sierra. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mountain range near where I grew up. Percival we'll take, definitely.
Sierra, Percival, and then there's one or two more, yeah.
One
I guess.
more, because there's Eraser, Sierra, Percival, and
There's also Helmer and Oswald on the other sheet.
there's a second sheet.
Sorry, not a second sheet. I just didn't pull them over yet.
Oh, okay.
They were just newly added.
Did you say Helmet was one of the names?
Helmer.
No, we're going with Helmet. Yeah.
Okay, all right, good.
Helmets.
Helmet, Sierra, and
Percival.
Percival. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Is Luther a Lutheran?
I don't know what that is, so no.
A Lutheran, it's a sect of Christianity that
some sort of weird
they
Christianity.
follow-
We have
they
we had
follow
this
the
discussion.
teachings of Martin Luther, the first Protestant. Well, the first Protestant, big air quotes.
You guys have all sorts of like weird sects of Christianity quite well represented over there. Like over here, it wasn't that long ago you get your head cut off for worshiping the wrong one. Catholicism.
that's why we
versus
left.
Protestants. Never
That's
mind
why
like
we got the-
Lutheranism or all this other weird stuff. No, I'm not. But in the future, there will be a religion called Lutheran, and they will worship me.
Ah, got it.
Yes.
Got it. When you take over the Temple Guardians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steel Team 6.
Yes.
All right. Well, they will head with you back to your house. They will help you dig up all of your treasure, all of your loot, and they'll bring it on over to Steel Team
Wait,
6's place.
When I get a second with Pigeon, I say, what about Haraway?
Yeah, we have to share it. We made an oath.
I not.
We'll take him. We'll tell him about it and take him there too.
Made an oath. Well,
But
hang on,
also-
hang on, let's
Hold on.
you know,
We get their XP too. We get their stolen stuff.
Yeah.
That's true. We just
Everyone,
Um,
you're all going to share.
Based.
Eraser. As we're walking from our house to their house,
Mm-hmm.
there's another place on the other side of town, in the abandoned district. Used to be a drop place for the redcoats.
Well,
It's leads. It's it's a lair. It leads down into like an old catacomb or something like that. We've got some more weapons like these.
I think they're magical.
let's do it then.
You know any
But if we're
wizards?
crossing that far, we should probably take your armor off.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
drop-
my armor off in the base.
we'll drop the armor off at the base. Yeah. What's our first glance of the house?
It's this. It's this map
nice.
that I've given you. There is
Oh.
an upstairs, which I don't have, which I'm not showing you yet, but it's essentially 2 rooms with 3 beds in each room.
Cool. All right. Well, we leave our armor,
Yeah.
and then we take them to Haraway.
Great. There are 6 of you. I will do an encounter check real quick.
These guys will be dead to encounters within
Nope.
like 5 sessions.
Yeah.
Nope. Low rolls. No encounters today. You make your way to Haraway. You get your stuff. You can head back, bring it with everyone.
What-
By the time it's all said and done, the sun is beginning to rise.
Are they impressed by this thing that we've
Our
got
hall.
access to?
Well,
The hall, but also the access to the catacomb.
the access point is pretty interesting to them. They're mildly impressed by your access point. What is your
All right, so-
haul that you've got?
It's like some more jewelry, some more of the gems, and some other weapons. I think.
Oh,
right?
and 160 gold and 786 silver.
No,
That was in your house hoard
That was in the
document.
house. Yeah. One
Yeah.
second. I gotta find it now.
But that is what you've given to them just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But there was like a few weapons that I called out. I don't know exactly. I think I told you, Neil, to notate it.
I've notated them on my documents. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Then you got them.
Yeah. So
All
we
right.
gather the other weapons.
Well, the next thing that you're going to do is Steel Team 6 is going to take you over to this table here.
All right.
Which one? Oh, this one. Got it.
Oh, this one.
Over to this here, the bar. We'll take you to the edge of the bar, and someone will reach underneath and finger a latch, and the bar rises up, revealing a staircase underneath the bar that heads
sick.
underground.
Let's fucking go.
Oh my god, this is so sweet.
This is badass. Guys, this is badass.
Yeah.
They'll get
Let's
a
go.
lantern, and they
A
will
hooded lantern,
lead-
I hope.
Yep.
Of course it is. They taught us the trick.
Yeah.
They certainly did. And they will
I
lead
almost
you
forgot about that.
Yeah.
downstairs. Whoops, he's not that wide. Yep. And they'll lead you all the way to here, where there's a fork in the road, and he'll tell you, "Careful, you don't want to go left." And he'll show you why. He'll take you to the left, and he'll open the door for you, and he'll show you. Like he opens it part way, and it opens towards you, I believe, and it's just.
Yeah.
It's a dead end on the other side, but he points up, and if you crouch down, you can see there's a crossbow positioned on the ceiling. So if you
Oh my
open the
God.
door, if you open the door all the way, it'll trigger the crossbow, and you'll get shot. And then there's nothing in this room.
You got traps here?
That's sick.
This is just the first of many.
Whoa.
He'll
Whoa.
come over to the right door, and this door pushes inward, and he will turn the door and push it and like take a step back. And as the door pushes in, an axe just kind of whoosh, swings down where it would hit you.
Oh
But
my god.
beyond this door is also a dead wall, just a dead end. But once the axe is out of the way, he steps forward, and there's a brick that can be pushed in on one side. And it actually takes a bit of force to push it in, but when it pushes in, the wall in front of you relents and
We would have never found that.
No.
becomes
We'd have been fucked.
twists into a opening where there's a long hallway filled with carpets.
Should we be careful here, Eraser?
Oh, absolutely. Right here, you see directly in front of me, and
Yeah?
he takes like a big step and then gets low and kind of points, and there's like a little wire that runs across the ground right here. And he points to a section on the wall a little bit down from him where the wall kind of protrudes awkwardly a little bit, and you can't, with the light on it, there's some weird holes in the wall, but he like walks down and reminds you to gingerly step over that. And then he'll come over to the section where it is, and he'll point out that on the wall, like once you get to where he's standing, you can see that the wall is open, and there's all these. I have these handouts. You were supposed to actually run into all of these traps.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, sick.
That's not the one. I wanted this one. Here we go. Yeah, so there's like a tripwire which then knocks these balls down, which land on these bags filled with air. They're like bladders filled with air, and then when they're compressed by the weight of the falling balls, they toss out darts in your direction. So this is a multi-dart trap. If
I
you
don't-
trip this wire,
You don't see it?
Sadly, I don't see anything when I click on those handouts.
Oh, it just popped
I
up for me
should
too.
have displayed for you
No, I
automatically.
see them on the list, but it's just an empty screen. So,
Maybe reset?
yeah, I'll reload. Doo-doo. I was making notes on the traps as well. Oh, I see them now.
We're going to have the most secured base in the world.
Yeah, this was the crossbow trap where you open the door towards you, and then it pops out and shoots you.
Sick.
And here's the dart trap, where when you trip the wire, a weight falls and it falls into other things, which falls into other things, but then some of those things fall down a passageway, which compresses a gas
Who
bag
set
very
this all
quickly.
up, Eraser?
We have friends who know how to do these things. And then the
You guys are
classic X trap.
geniuses.
Classic.
And then he'll take, a couple more steps forward, and he'll note that this carpet right here, you gotta be careful. You gotta, and he'll like motion to the middle of it. You gotta hop over it. And he'll point out that, on this carpet, there's a couple of just a little bit of nail that sticks up that the carpet is attached to. So that way it doesn't slump, but just in the middle of the carpet itself is a hole in the ground that drops 10 feet into spikes.
Is that carpet 3 or carpet 4?
It is carpet 4.
Okay. And the second carpet was the one with the darts?
The first carpet is the one with the darts right here.
What's the trigger on that?
Tripwire.
Going through a tripwire.
Yeah.
The tripwire here, and then a pit here.
Okay.
And then beyond, we have Steel Team 6's little hideout.
I think I've got
just a
lost in
room?
the...
Yeah, I don't know what happened to your token.
Oh, here we
There
go.
you are.
Missing a chair in this place.
Unfortunately, the table only came with 5 chairs.
That's upsetting.
Our assets are less than awesome.
This is where we put all of our loot?
This is it. This is where we keep it all. This is the treasure lair.
Let's see what we got then. And we gotta add ours.
Mm-hmm.
I hand him 29 gems.
Yeah.
I'm taking that off my character sheet.
Note over here.
So do we change our household sheet now to the Steel Team 6 HUD?
Well, that's a great question. And as we go forward, the campaign is definitely going to take a different turn because now you'll be operating with Steel Team 6. You're a team now.
We're
You're not
cog in the
pulling
machine,
jobs on
man.
your own. You're working with these guys.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Well, I'm
Mhm.
gonna let them know about our scheme that we had going and see if they're interested.
Basically, I'm gonna learn to be a jeweler. And he's been learning appraising, and we were gonna set up a semi-legit shop to get us to the inner city.
What do you mean?
Well, we're gonna take the gems
I point to the pile of massive gems.
Mhm.
that we stole, and we're gonna turn them into fine jewelry and
Mhm.
come off as like merchants from the outside. And then we can go
Mhm.
inside, and this can be our entrance to the inner city. To
You'll
sell
need a sponsor
and/or
to get into the inner city.
Well, it's a good thing that you guys know people, right?
I don't just trust anyone. I like the gumption, kid. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a
Well,
lot.
we're still working on our skills, so it's gonna be a while.
It's good. You got to put a lot of irons in the fire if you want to get ahead in life.
Oh yeah.
More short term, though, Eraser.
Hmm.
Some of these weapons here, I say, motioning to the stuff as I unfurl it from a top.
Mm-hmm.
Look at some of this. I
I
think
put
it
my
might be,
daggers on the table.
think it might be magical. I draw my short sword as well and put it down.
He looks at
The
him.
long,
Maybe.
the long sword. This one especially.
From where'd you get these?
Carlos.
Carlo Vallejo.
Carlo Vallejo, the
pull out.
former
Yeah.
Demon Slayer.
I point to the necklace, the
the
amulet
one.
kind of thing that would be on the table.
Yeah, that was his too.
Ooh, why are you holding on to that? You could get a pretty penny for it. That's
Grom
the
offered
first
me
thing we're gonna
400
do.
Gold.
Well, Grom is trying to make some money here. We could take that to the Demon Slayers and sell it for easily twice that, right back to them. Just say we.
Aren't they gonna be mad that we killed him?
No, we didn't kill him. We robbed somebody who had this. That guy must be the one who killed him.
Ah, yeah.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. That's exactly the kind of information we were looking for, Eraser. We knew this thing was worth something, but I didn't know where to sell it.
Well, what about the weapons?
Yeah, we need
He
a wizard
shrugs.
for these.
We need a wizard.
Find out if it's magic. Maybe a cleric would do. Maybe one of your friends in the Temple Guardians. That's detect magic.
Temple Guardians don't have any clerics among them. They all dead. All the clerics, a decade ago or so. Just
Maybe if we
priests and
can't
priestesses.
if we can't get into the inner city, it's got to be wizards all the time coming through here.
Well, Grom was
past
saying that he
here.
could get us a wizard.
Yeah, he was.
Grom might be able to. I
Now
don't
that we
know
have
of any
our
wizards
roots.
that live in the outer city anymore. A little too dangerous. And I don't know very many people in the outer city who have needed their services, but magic items. Well, well, well.
Oh,
He
and
thinks-
then that. You remember the pewter statue you guys stole from us?
Yeah.
That might have been magical too.
I explained where it was. That was probably the treasure, not the gems.
Really? I thought that was just your own personal thing.
No, do you still have it?
It was locked up tight.
Yeah, it's in. He kind of points to one of these chests back here.
Kind of point to the chest.
Yeah, I think it's magical too.
Yeah.
Shrug.
He'll go over, grab it from the chest, and bring it back. You'll see when he opens the chest that this has just like the miscellaneous low value stuff, like all that trash jewelry that you might have had, all the like the trinkets he tosses in there. And then this has, slightly more valuable things, and this is the really valuable stuff. This is like the fancy coins. And he looks at the statue and pewter. It's of Martha.
They had
Great
it locked
tits.
up tight in Harrow Way, as you saw.
Yeah.
It was behind. I believe those locks cost no less than 1,000 gold.
Jesus. By all the gods, why would anyone... What do you think it does?
I shrug.
Maybe it's a way to talk directly to the gods.
I shrug.
Some cleric bullshit, probably. But it'll be worth something if it's magical, surely. But we can't sell it unless we know what it does.
That's why we need the wizard.
A nod.
Need a wizard, huh? Well, we've just wrapped up our jobs. We were trying to live life for a minute. Lost a lot of brothers recently.
True.
Now we've got some more. Maybe it's time to start looking at work again. Anyone know
Cool.
anything about wizards here? Percival? You grew up a fancy boy. What do you know about wizards? And Percival will nod his head. Yeah. I've seen a wizard a couple times. There was one, used to be one, live in my village. Way up in Confluence.
Confluence?
What happened to him? He's still
I
there?
mean, there were undead armies. It was a crazy time. I got out of town. He might still be there, but I can't imagine. The clerics and wizards. That's a thing of the last age. They're slim pickings these days. But High Castle's definitely got to have some. And if you head over to the Empire, I hear what's his face,
Imric.
Dumbfick McGee is a wizard.
I hate that guy.
There's no way we could talk. I mean, he's a king and everything, but the
It's gotta be.
the
easier
Dracissians
wizards
have a
than that.
bunch. Yeah. Maybe
It
we go
sounded
to
like
Confluence or High Castle and figure it out.
I guess we could go to High Castle. You guys ever done a mission outside of the city?
There's nods around. Not
Well,
often.
I
It's
look.
dangerous travel over there. It's not
I
safe.
bet. Kind of men we are. We're suited for in the city. We're not suited on the open road.
Yeah, the Thistle Forest is crawling with kobolds. And you think, it's just a little kobold, you can just kick it away. But when there's 40 or 50 of them, it's a mess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe
There's
Grom would
gotta
be the
be-
easiest option then.
I don't know how Hudson does it.
Yeah, there's got to be caravans that go.
Oh yeah,
There's
wait, I got a
some.
question. Now that you bring up Hudson, how'd you find out about us and our original haul?
In the easiest way possible.
You just
We got
followed
paid
him?
the same night, and then we just followed them. You're the very
Oh.
next group of people. Bam.
That's genius.
Yeah.
You weren't worried? Could have been anyone on the other side of that door.
I mean, we saw the door open, you know. We saw a pigeon step out for it, or, you know, whoever stepped out for it. Didn't look too scary.
Brave. I like that kind of gumption. That's why Steel Team 6 is destined for great things.
Oh yeah.
Well, High Castle seems a little far. We could maybe do
Absolutely.
it, but I don't know.
Thing is, you know, any wizard from the inner city working for us, they're going to know that we're desperate. They're going to charge us an arm and a leg to cast their little spells for us. Whereas in some other town where there's more wizards about, things are more normal. Maybe we'd get a more bang for our buck.
Percival speaks up. Well, what we really need is a detect magic spell, not an identify spell. Identify will tell you what it is, but it's expensive. You know, it's a more powerful spell. Detect magic is a dime a dozen. Any cleric or wizard could do that one. So we just got to find any cleric or wizard.
All right. Well, yeah, that's a start. I guess if they're not magical, then we don't need to worry. If they are, then we can worry about what it is they do.
Yeah, we could even get a scroll.
A what?
We've heard of scrolls, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Luther, a scroll. You know where they put it on the thing that anybody can read?
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
So, that's cool. Wait, you saying that I could cast a spell?
No, I nod. I don't know what the others do, but yeah.
Oh, I hadn't considered that for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm smarter than the average guy. Well, Eraser.
Everyone sits for a little while trying to figure out where a wizard or cleric would be. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could... Like, how well do you know Grom?
Not that well. I know Grom's boss. Grom's boss's boss is a real player. Like a real man. They say he's stolen from kings and queens. That he's traveled beyond the seas. That he's traveled beyond the stars. But I don't believe that last one. That's just, you know, hype. But the first two, stolen from kings and queens, I believe it.
What's our standing with the pitman? You drink of Rusty's Hook. It must be relatively good.
There's a lot of folks there with a lot of useful skills, and every now and then, you know, we're good enough friends that there's some services we can call upon. You know, we can get Hudson to move things that are a little bit harder, or just we don't want to work with. They've also got access to a couple of... Maybe they have a wizard, now that you mention it.
Yeah, I
Rob
think
was
that's the
telling
way
us
to
that he
go.
can get us a wizard, yeah.
Yeah?
He said that we'd need to sort of up our game a little bit in order to get access to such services.
And
but,
establish roots, but look, here we are.
yeah,
I mean-
you guys already done that.
Going through them is what? They have a second tavern. It's just for their closer people. You know, there's no Grom, there's no Hudson. You gotta be real good friends with them.
You know about this? Like, you've been invited there, or you just know about it?
No, I just know about it. It's called the Grimy Gremlin. But our traps here were made by their friend in the Grimy Gremlin. That's the trap maker that they've got. Hangs out at their clubhouse, so to speak.
Do I know where that pub is?
You've never even heard of this place.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got to be like a private secret place. It doesn't have a public facing thing.
Yeah.
They got other things there too, you know, bigger money lenders, forgers that can make papers. Might be able to get into the inner city with some forged papers, like a, you know, day pass as workmen or something like that.
Well,
They've
if we
also
could do that, we might be
got
able
access
to find
to
a wizard there.
restricted clothing, poisons and poison applicators, hidden weapons, that sort of thing in the Grimy Gremlin.
We need to get in there.
Sounds grimy.
Yes and no. The way I hear about it is that you gotta, you know, we've all made oaths to Steel Team 6. To get to the Grimy Gremlin, you gotta do something similar. You gotta really join up with the Pitmen, and it's not a commitment I want to make. They got their own weird rules, you know, rules against making money. Interestingly enough.
Huh. Well,
That sounds dumb.
we
Right?
might as well at least speak to Grom. See what he says.
He offered us services to get us maybe a wizard or something. We should offer him the money, is my opinion. What do you guys think? If these are magic, we can sell them for a boatload.
Some
Nodding
of it's
heads.
got to be magic. You should have seen this guy's place.
I'll
Now-
explain it to him.
Here's the thing, though. If they are magic, what's going to keep the wizard from just taking it?
Well, that's their business, right? They identify things to people in the outer city. If they get caught stealing, then they'll lose their business.
Usually wizards have enough magic that they don't really care, is my guess.
Maybe.
Shrug.
But if someone came to me and said, hey, here's this ruby, and asked me to appraise it for them, I would follow them home. And when they weren't looking, I'd take it from them.
Yeah.
And none.
Well,
Maybe
always a
Grom's-
risk.
Yeah, maybe Grom's wizard's good. Maybe. Well, wizards aside, did you have any other scores lined up that you want to share with your new brothers?
We're waiting on Hudson with the big one, I think. We gave her a ton of gems and a ton of jewelry.
Yeah, we're making money from Hudson, to be honest. We're just enjoying the good life until that came in.
Mm-hmm. That comes back in 5 days.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to take a week anyways to get XP.
All right.
We did have access to this building where Vallejo was living, but to be honest, I think we got the good stuff already.
Yeah, we were actually talking about moving in there now that rent's gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
I'll pull out the keys and hand them over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll look at the keys. You can talk about the location. They'll listen eagerly. Talk about maybe if there's other people worth the damn robbing in there. Someone will say, well, locks are probably changed, you know, maybe adjusted slightly here or there. Keys might not work anymore. The discussion
Everyone's moving
of,
out.
yeah, are people moving out? Who are these people that were in charge? Like, who was the organization that was providing security? Are they worth anything?
Yeah, we never knew that.
Yeah.
I'll share that we have beef with the copperheads. Like, we had to leave the area. You remember why, Nick?
Because
Because we killed Mickey.
you killed
Yeah.
Mickey.
Yeah, we killed Mickey and we had to move out of the Copperhead district.
Now that's a name. Copperheads. That's my favorite target. That's where I like to do most of my business. Other
yeah?
side of
Why
the
is that?
city, far away. You know, they got to get all the way over here. They got to get through either the Demon Slayers, or the Redcoats. Pitman territory is, well, the Pitmen aren't the most numerous or the most violent gang, but no one bothers them. You ever ask yourself why no one bothers the Pitmen, even though they just basically operate the one bar with two people, and yet they have so much territory and they're so well respected? You ever wonder what's in the pits? Why they're called the Pitmen?
I
This
guess
goes
I am
deep.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about them.
So, you got any scores lined up in Copperhead territory then?
We just pulled our last one. I don't have anything lined up right now, but it's time to hit the floors, hit the grounds, hit the cobblestones, open our ears, make some friends. Do you have
Put
any
our
friends
ears to
over?
the street.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do you got any friends over that area still?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're from. I mean, I spent most of my life over there. I mean, people know me, you know, so some shit's gone down last few times I was over there, so might be some of them bridges are burnt, but
You think
I'm sure there's still some non-affiliated folk who'd
they know you kill
welcome me
Mickey?
in.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they did chase us through the streets. But did they get a look at our faces? I don't know. We bolted out of there pretty quickly.
Well, then I think we've got our first score lined up. we're going to use you as bait. You're going to walk around your whole old area. Wait till some of these coppery motherfuckers try and follow you or catch up with you. You're going to run into our well-prepared trap, and as they follow in, bam!
Genius.
Catch them.
Bam.
Question them. Ask them where they keep their stash, where their good loot is.
Or
Then
we'll kill 'em.
tie them up, toss them in an alleyway or, in a well or something like that. Just leave them be. And then we'll get in, rob them blind, and get out.
All right.
Love it.
Love it.
All right, let's start doing some planning then. Maybe Helmet, Percival, Sierra, you guys could do a bit of scoping out over there. Your faces will blend in better.
We're going to need to find a really good
right
ambush
spot.
spot, says Helmet.
That's right. I am.
You guys are professionals.
Do we have like a piece of parchment that I can draw on with some chalk or something?
There's a sandboard. It's
Oh, that's so sick.
It's like a little tray like this that's got a lip that goes around it that's just got sand in it, and you can use a stencil to draw and then like erase back over it.
So I know the area really well. So I will mark out on the area. Like I'll draw a little quick map of where what was the name of that pub that we went to?
Old Vic.
The Old Vic, yeah. Like where the Old Vic is, where Mickey's house was.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like this is their main area. And I mark a few places that like I think might be a good ambush spot
Mm-hmm.
I
for
will
us to start up.
put down some of the symbols that we knew from the big book and see if anything rings a bell with any of them. I'll explain like all of Mickey's keys and his symbols. I think we gave them to Grom.
We did.
Yeah,
You did.
Gave it all to Grom.
Yeah.
we did.
Okay. Well, they're going to start planning and setting things up. It's been a bit of a short session, but I also think that we're at the end of what we can do today. I think next time when we come back, we will have our copperhead score set up. I'm also just going to skip a few days so we can get Hudson's payment and we can get you XP for...
Perfect.
You will get XP for all of that stuff
Sweet.
before you have to split it with the rest of your brothers.
That's nice.
Did you get XP last session?
We
Yeah.
did, yeah, but it didn't level us.
Right. Okay. And then I have...
Steel Team 6.
your 25 gems. No, that was the 25 misc. You sold 19 gems, right?
Mhm, that's right. Yeah.
Plus a bunch of of the nice jewelry and stuff.
Right. Each of those
Yeah.
19 gems was with 100 GP.
Oh,
Okay.
25.
holy fuck.
You sold 25 of the misc jewelry. Each of those were 5 GP. The 2 fancy necklaces that you sold were each... reached 30 GP. The 4 fancy rings
Wait,
were
how
each...
many of them were there? There were 2 worth 30.
2.
Yeah, 2 were
30
30. There were 4 fancy rings, each worth 10. The total I calculated out to be 2,125 GP worth. Now,
Yep.
you get half of that
Oh, okay.
because she takes half of it.
106.2.5, and then we get half of that.
Well, then you double that
Oh, got
for XP value, and then you half it again. So each of you just gets 2,125 divided by 2.
1062.5.
If that's
And do I
right,
get 10%?
you do get 10%. Yes.
That feels like not that much.
1,620 or 1,062 experience for that.
For like 1,000 gold. Yeah, I guess that is right, but for
Yeah.
1,000
Well,
gold
you also
feels
didn't
like a lot.
sell all the gems, and you
Yeah.
didn't sell all the fancy rings or any of the ornate rings, and you didn't sell the jeweled necklace.
Do we get anything from this session? Any XP?
Yes, we definitely get XP from this session.
Perfect.
In I also think we get XP for last session, which we didn't do.
because it was at the start of the session.
Right. Last session. Scrolling. What did we do last session? You stalked Steel Team 6. We started with you looking in through their window, right?
Yep.
And then you ended up joining with them. You killed Pointer. Okay.
Then it was trials. Yeah, that was the session.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna do
Big Blood Oath XP, Nick.
Yep. Well, I can't remember. Neil, what did you say the XP was for level 5? 12,000.
Yeah, it's 12K.
Mm-hmm.
Need a little bit more then.
Okay, so for last session, there was some thief skill stuff. There was some role-playing stuff. You all survived. And then for this session, there was the secret trial that you didn't know about. The only one that was actually a challenge for you because you had already done some of them, and some of them are just a simple skill check. So the lying pigeon, you had an idea that saved the party in that one.
Yep.
And then you made the big blood oath. So I think we're gonna give 1,500. I need my DMG. Hold on.
Is that enough, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need my experience table.
Steel Team 6.
We're members now.
Yep. We've been given our customary mug that we keep on our belt loops in case of invisible opponents, in case of silenced opponents. Just fucking got that bitch ready, locked and loaded.
It's
to
right
fly.
there.
Just even has my name on it. Yes.
Good.
Somebody should make a character that uses throwing weapons, right? But instead of like rocks, he uses ceramic mugs, and you have some sort of like holster that you can like shoot them into your hands. Like he presses a button and it like whoosh, shoots 2 mugs out into either of his hands that he can like woof, woof, just use them like little grenades. And if they miss, they like explode in shards of shrapnel.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Each of you is going to take home, well, I should say, Luther, you're going to take home 1,500. Pigeon, you're going to take home 1,700 because you identified, or maybe 1,750 because you identified the truth about the first test.
Oh. Crazy.
1875 12695.
With his 10%, I'm falling behind here.
You are. Yeah, because you get that
14670.
1,750 times 1.1 is 1925. Yeah.
Yep.
That 10%, man. That 10%.
It's a lot over time.
Yeah.
There's also the lockpicking is favored by the DM compared to other thief skills. Not in this case, but in the last case.
Mm-hmm.
I maintain.
14670.
All right.
I'm rounding up, Neil. I'm rounding up my.
You can round your
well.
fractions up.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, party.
12,785. I'm on.
It's time to roll the hit points, right?
Go ahead, Nick.
No, really? You making me go first? Okay.
Yeah, you go first.
Here we go.
Oh.
We take them.
I'll take 7.
Baby. That's all
Those
right.
are good rolls. 6
That's
for
right.
Nick, 7 for Mooten.
That's huge. 26 HP.
Yeah, and then
Can
we're
I-
just going to
can-
assign some points real quick.
Can I ask
Oh,
the
yeah.
levels of my brothers?
Yes.
You never asked
Yes, you can.
a brother his level. We get 15 points in total? 10 points?
Thief skills, 10 on leveling.
Okay, perfect. And you can't use more than 5 in each.
Right.
Oh, they're quite,
Alright.
are they all thieves as well?
They are all thieves. Sierra, Percival, and Helmet are all second level. They're low level thieves. Eraser, well, I'm gonna leave his level a mystery, and we'll see if we can suss it out because they're, I don't believe that the party is 100% in on Steel
No.
Team 6. I believe that
are we
there's
saying-
some.
Do we believe Eraser to be at least our equal? Well, you won't reveal that.
I'm just weighing the pros and cons of giving you any hints right now. I think at this point in time, I want to just leave him as a mystery. He's the leader. He's the oldest member, like the longest serving member of Steel Team 6. And maybe you can suss out via questioning some details about him, who he is, how he got here, how long he's been doing this, why he's got all these people underneath him. All
Sure.
right.
All right.
Do we have party members? Do we have updated spending? I see it. I see it ticking away. You should all have 50 points because you're 5th level, right?
Yeah, I'm adding.
All right. Got my pickpockets up to 13.
Nice. All right.
All right.
You
I'm
put
going with
4
this.
more in those lock picks, right? Or 5 more in lock picking?
Oh yeah, of course. I have 19 now in my lock picking.
Wow, you are stacking
Which
the
I
lock
think-
picking.
I think that gets me into all of the locks.
Just about 20 is generally considered the highest rank, but I don't think you're going to run into that unless you're like picking the, something
King's fucking
insane.
wardrobe.
The
Yeah.
King's Codpiece.
Yeah, well, we'll get that on the next level.
All right, Luther with the high disguise, high forgery, decent
I think I can
eavesdrop.
get 18 through 22 now, so I can get some superb locks.
Nice.
I consider move, silently, hide, and climb to be essential.
Mm-hmm.
Thief, and then on top of that, I'm basically going disguise, forgery, pickpockets, and I'm leaving pick locks and eavesdropping to pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I updated my move silently this level. I added 4, and then I put 1 point into hide.
I'm
Nice.
going to read my currents out. So from top to bottom, I'm 13, 6, 12, 13, 10, 12, 15, 12. What are yours?
5, 19, 12, 15, 8, 14, 7, and 8.
Okay.
I have a high base because I have a fuckload of decks.
Yeah. Cool, yeah?
Cool.
Okay. All right then.
No weapon proficiencies, no non-weapon proficiencies.
Oh, wait, no, we do get...
Not at 5.
No? Nothing?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
You get
At 6,
our
you get
backstabs are
stuff.
better.
That's true. The backstabs go up. All right.
Sweet. Yeah.
Good job, everybody. That's going to be it for Hardly Heroes today. We'll be back in the future.
All right. See you next time.
Ciao.